Hey guys, Mary Meet, and welcome to another one of these chakra videos. And today we are working with a chakra that I have done a lot of personal work with. If you notice, the bag that I'm using here has been through some shit. I probably should get another bag. But this is one, again, that I've been working with quite a lot, and yeah, I mean, this is a really important one to me. This is the heart chakra. It's called Anahata, or unstruck. And the color is green, but you also find a lot of things that are pink, and I think that's more of a Western association. We associate pink with love and with heart chakra things, so you'll see some pink in the stones and that sort of thing. But the energy is the same. It's very gentle, very sweet. The sound for the heart chakra is Lam, L-A-M. The element is air, and the verb is I love. And that's because the function of the heart chakra is love, compassion, and connection. Now, this may seem strange because we dealt with the emotions in the sacral chakra. However, this is kind of like the higher emotions, okay? Pure love, purity of intention, connecting with other people, altruism, humanitarianism, brotherhood, that sort of thing, sisterhood. So these are kind of like higher emotions and higher connections. And here again, we've got our candle. And it says, located in the center of the chest, its function is the ability to give and receive love. So, that's a good thing. Now, the reason I've worked with this a lot is because when your heart chakra is out of whack, oftentimes that's because you have been experiencing a lot of grief and you're kind of stuck in grief. And as I've mentioned before in previous videos, I've had a lot of losses over the last few years, and so grief was a very real presence for me for a while. So again, I carried this bag around quite a bit because the grief was kind of overwhelming, and that was to really help myself through that. So let's get started. We've got a selection of green and pink stones here. Now first we've got emerald. And emerald is very life-affirming, okay? So again, it's really good after that grief. It opens your heart chakra, clearly, and it balances your emotions. So, a lot of times if you're kind of dealing with those sacral chakra emotions, the kind of more basic ones, you're unable to just give unconditional, compassionate love. So this also aids in regeneration and recovery, all right? So again, this is really good for that energy of healing grief. And next we have jade. I love this piece. This is just such a light, beautiful, kind of creamy piece. I just love this one. Now, jade is about purity, serenity, tranquility, but it also brings that deep, compassionate love that we associate with the heart chakra. It releases negativity, and it soothes the mind, the soul, the spirit, the heart. So, again, it's really good for that releasing grief and the soothing properties of that. And here we have malachite, and I actually had to replace this piece because when I opened this up, I realized that the piece that I had been carrying around with us had gotten kind of mangled. It was in a few different pieces, so we did replace this. And malachite actually clears and activates all of the chakras, but it especially brings balance and harmony to the heart chakra. Okay, this opens you to love. And what it does is it draws out deep feelings, it draws out any kind of psychosomatic illnesses, and it breaks outworn patterns, okay, that keep you back from expressing that love. And, for me, a lot of my grief, I have fibromyalgia, so one of the things about fibromyalgia is any emotional thing that you're going through will manifest itself in physical pain. And I was having a lot of pain in my chest. And I had been to the doctor, I checked that out because nobody wants to walk around with chest pain. That's a little bit scary. And there was nothing wrong, but I was having that same, really bad chest pain. And so again, this will help with those kind of psychosomatic illnesses and pains. So it was one that was really important to me for that reason. So Now here we've got rhodochrosite, and rhodochrosite, yeah, it's kind of hard to find rhodochrosite nowadays. It's getting more and more scarce. But it's a beautiful pink stone, and this teaches your heart to assimilate painful feelings without shutting down. So this will help you to learn what you need to learn from the feelings in a healthy way, okay? So it brings painful and repressed feelings to the surface for release. This improves your sense of self-worth, and it heals emotional stress. So again, things like grief or, long-term stress of an emotional nature, this is really going to help with that. So it lifts depression, and it brings kind of a lightness and a joy to life. So, in order to love people compassionately, unconditionally, we need to have that kind of joy in life. So this one should not be a surprise. This is associated with love pretty much across the board. And this is rose quartz. Now, rose quartz is about unconditional love, and also peace, just infinite peace. This purifies and opens the heart at all levels, so, emotional, physical, mental, sometimes, our head gets in the game, spiritual, that sort of thing. Now, this is really good for like deep inner healing, especially of trauma. So this releases the emotions that you don't express, and this releases heartache, all right? Because, sometimes we just go through pain and nobody knows. This transmutes emotional conditioning that no longer serves us. So, if we are taught to hold our feelings in, or if we're taught to try to feel a certain way when we don't, or, that sort of thing, this is going to release that. This is about pure love, pure emotion, and kind of honesty and emotion. So, that definitely goes in. Now here I've got this tiny, tiny ruby, and I know I've got bigger rubies around somewhere. But this one has such a good color. I decided to keep this one. I was going to go try to find like a bigger, brighter one, but the color on this is just really gorgeous. So, ruby stimulates and balances the heart chakra. It imparts a vigor for life. So, that's kind of the opposite of grief. With grief, you are kind of stuck in that mourning, that sadness. This reverses that. So this will it'll also bring up anger, and it'll bring up negativity so that you can deal with it and transmute it into positive energy. Okay, so this is going to, it's very, very energetic, but it kind of does work that needs to be done so that you can clear out any negative feelings that are kind of blocking your heart chakra. So, kind of clears the way. Alrighty, and this is one, I love this stone. I have been working with this more and more often as of late, just in kind of an emotional healing capacity. And this is rhodonite. Now, this is an emotional balancer. It nurtures love and kind of brotherhood and sisterhood. It stimulates, clears, activates the heart chakra. It heals emotional shock and pain. So, like, if you've had any kind of trauma, and, a lot of the deaths that, I dealt with were sudden. So there was kind of that emotional shock. There was that emotional trauma. So this is good for clearing that. So this actually will kind of help you clear up emotional wounds and scars. And it's very much about self-love and also about forgiveness. So this is just a very calm, gentle, loving stone, and I feel like we all need a couple pieces of this around, because that's just great energy and something that we could use. So again, this time I had 7 stones. Some chakras it was harder to find stones, but for the heart chakra, you kind of have just a ton to choose from. So we've got 7 stones here. And for the oils, these are kind of happy, uplifting oils. Now, the first one is just, it's not quite as happy and uplifting. It's more soothing to me. And that is ylang ylang. And I actually used this in a lust oil not that long ago, because it does kind of have that lust connotation, but it also is good for really just love, okay? Just deep, heartfelt love. And it's good for focusing on happiness, gratitude, and it's really good. This will help you get rid of depression. This is, you know, it's really hard to smell something like this and to not let it uplift you a little bit. Not that, you know, depression is like super easy to get rid of. I'm never a proponent of looking for, oh no, I broke my thing, of, you know, looking for ways to get around depression when you really just need to see a doctor. Because sometimes you just really need to see a doctor and you really need to get on some meds. So do not, if you're dealing with depression, by all means make this oil, but use it as a supportive therapy to getting your brain chemistry right, if you will. So yeah, this is somewhat problematic here. We're about to get it. Okay, there you go. So ylang. And again, this is good for, it will help you let go of depression. It'll also help you let go of anger and of stress. So we're going to use a lot of this. We're going to go ahead and make the base really heavy in this. And let me write all what I'm doing down. So I'm going to use 33 drops of this each. Go. 1, 2. Alrighty. And for the longest time, this is the only thing I used for the heart chakra was ylang. Because it is just so perfect for it. It's just so soothing. Now, next we're going to use geranium oil. And geranium, it's a very feminine oil. Sometimes you'll see it called rose geranium because it does have like a bit of a rose scent to it. What is going on with this top? This is another one I'm going to have to work on. But it also, it balances your mood swings and it helps you be receptive, which, you know, sometimes when you've been hurt a lot, when you have grieved, when you're in a lot of pain, it's really hard to find that, oh, there you go, that receptivity again. And this will help with that. So, let's see. So I'm going to add, it's pretty strong, let's do 13 drops of geranium. Alrighty. So let me see. Oh yeah, it's already smelling really good. So I didn't give myself a lot of room in the bottles. But the last oil I'm going to use is, I call this bergamot. The English pronunciation is bergamot. I hear it more often as bergamot, but someone said bergamot a long time ago, and that's just what stuck with me, so to me it's going to be bergamot. Which is the French pronunciation, so I don't, whatever. But this combats depression and grief, so, oh, and this is really uplifting. I think I'm going to add a little bit more of this. I think I'm going to do 17 drops in each of this, and I'm running out of room here, so let's see if I can make this, so. Alrighty. And yeah, the bergamot is a little bit more uplifting. The ylang is a little bit more heavy. The geranium kind of takes it to a bit of more of a floral, like a pure floral place. So let's see. I think we may have to do some balancing with this. Because I did go really heavy on that ylang, but let's see how it goes. See if we can get that bergamot to kind of uplift it a little bit. So, ooh, that is really nice. But yeah, it needs. We're gonna go with 4 more of the bergamot, so that'll be 21 total. So, let's see. I think we're going to go with 4 more of the geranium as well. So that will bring that up to 17. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and this better work because I am out of room in these bottles. that is all I got. Alrighty, let me try again. Oh yeah, no, that's right on. Yeah, because it balanced out the heaviness of the ylang ylang. So yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. So it does have that kind of soothing quality, but it also has the uplifting kind of playful quality. Yeah, now I feel really good about that. So yeah, so that's it. That was the heart chakra. Let me know, what your experiences are with the heart chakra. Let me know if you've been through a lot of grief where you had to do a lot of healing of that to kind of find your joy for life again and find your way back to the land of the living. Because once you've lost a lot of people, especially in a short time, it's kind of hard. You feel like you always have one foot stuck in that world. So that's it. Hope you guys are having a great day, and blessed be. Bye-bye.